Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As you come into the room, be sure to drop your elephants and your crowns and let me know where you're watching from. This is our weekly TLC takeover. We last week we called it Tuesday TLC takeover, but I never know when we're going to get a chance to talk about some of our favorite shows on TLC. Normally we just talk about 90 Day Fiancé, but there are a couple shows on TLC that are worth talking about. Today, though, we will talk mostly about 90 Day Fiancé and some of the iterations that are now available, including 90 Day The Single Life. And if you follow me on my TikTok at TheKempire, then you know we watched a little bit of it earlier today. Did you guys know that Jesse's back? Tim's girlfriend from Colombia is back. Remember the girl that is a influencer on YouTube? I never watched her before, but she went to Australia. No one believed that she was a lesbian. She's back. Colty's mom. She is so vulgar in this show. I know right now on TLC, 90 Day The Single Life Season 1 is available. But if you are a Discovery Plus member, then you know that the first season was available months ago, and we watched it there. And it was actually better than 90 Day Fiancé, 90 Day Happily Ever After. The Single Life was really good. So far, this first episode from season 2 is just as good. Natalie is back. Remember Mike and Natalie? Why do I feel like I'm screaming? Sorry, y'all. Someone says Jesse is the worst. And he continues to be the worst. Jesse is in Russia. When they put under Jesse's name, he's living in Russia. And I was just like, he's from Amsterdam, though. He's from the Netherlands. And please do not think that all the men in the Netherlands look like Jesse. The minute I landed in the Netherlands, from the immigration officer, I was like, damn, the Netherlands has some hot men. Jesse is a horrible representation of what you will find in Dutch men in the Netherlands. Just saying. And if you're from the Netherlands, you know what I'm talking about. Look, let me go here. Oh, wait. You know what I'm talking about. Back here. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, Steely, I agree. Jesse and Natalie can go. I wasn't a big fan of Natalie, but I was sort of like, I don't know who's worse, Mike or Natalie. But seeing Natalie by herself in the show, mind you, she's in Florida now. We found out during the tell-all from 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After, he was still paying for her life, even though she lived across the country from him, which I found to be weird. And I wonder if they had an agreement in order for them to stay on the show, because remember, he made money from the show. Remember, he had credit card debt. Maybe they had an agreement, and that's why he allowed her to still live off of him. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. But Natalie's trying to find love. And I honestly am not interested. I'm not interested in watching Natalie find love. I'm not. Dr. A, anytime I need to talk to someone on the side, we're going to go to that camera. I still got to adjust the wires, though. Look, new things are coming to the studio. Shout out to you guys that are team members of the channel. If you'd like to become a member of the channel, head on over to TheKempire.com for more details. Speaking of which, let me go to the other camera angle if I can segue this. Hold on, y'all. This is why I need a producer. Don't forget, your coldest water bottle is now available. It is the holidays. Get 10% off when you use the discount code KEMP10. Keeps your water cold for multiple hours, 36 plus hours, and comes in multiple colors and sizes. Shout out to my mods. I appreciate you guys doing this. If you're just joining us, this is our TLC takeover. Normally we try to do it on Tuesdays, but Tuesday yesterday was really busy. Happy hump day. I'm sure if you're watching, you're either working from home or a stay-at-home mom, or you're on your lunch break. I appreciate you spending your lunch break with me. I was just live on my TikTok having my own lunch, editing videos, watching 90 Day The Other Way pillow talk, because it's a nice refresher for me. So I wanted to talk about 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way. I also want to talk about the Family Chantel. Not a lot to talk about there, but also 90 Day The Single Life, which right now season 2 is exclusively available on Discovery Plus. They're not paying me, but check out your cell phone provider. Sometimes you can get it for free. I think I'm getting it for free right now. I believe so. So stay tuned to that. Stay tuned for that. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok because I'm going live later to watch a show that we love. So, sidebar, I'm going live at 5:30 p.m. Eastern, talking about the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, episodes 2 and 3. I'm in love. I'm in love. I haven't been this in love with Real Housewives in a long time. I am in love, despite Ramona. Look, despite Ramona. Faith, thank you so much. Faith, you have been a longtime supporter. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love the show and your commentary. I appreciate it. Guys, I also just posted a new video talking about Jedediah Bila being on The View and how they literally did not allow her to speak her view, even though... Go watch the video. It was interesting. I shared my thoughts. You know, here we love to hear different opinions, and I'm sure you guys will have different opinions on some of the thoughts that were shared in that video. I'm also working on another Jessica Simpson video. If you follow me on my TikTok, then you know I talked about Jessica Simpson. So I'm giving you a longer form video of that, but I'm explaining how she did it, how she regained control of her billion-dollar company. Sidebar, look, can't have ashy lips. It is cold, but you know, it is what it is. Okay. Mama Allie says, see, it's worth the money. I upgraded, Mama Allie. I'm not doing $4.99. I'm doing $9.99. I can't watch commercials. I can't. And shout out to you guys that donate to the channel. You're allowing me to do that. I appreciate it. TD says, I love the Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip too. Hopefully the new format will breathe life into the franchise. I hope so too, TD. We'll talk more about that 5:30. I'm excited to talk about it with you guys. You will have an opportunity to call in and share your thoughts as well. Right now, though, we're doing our TLC takeover, so I want to stay focused. So 90 Day The Single Life, as I said to you before, Big Ed is back, and I know Big Ed is problematic. Big Ed, if you watch the blogs and you watch the news, Big Ed just got engaged to clout chaser. I mean, you remember the girl, the waitress that he met on season 1? And if you watch TLC, you already saw season 1. They played it recently, and they just had the tell-all. Well, they're together. They're engaged. This latest season of The Single Life, we see that Ed cuts off his hair. He's dating. But I'm sure we're going to see clout chaser again. I smell that she was a clout chaser from before. I remember she just did an interview on Up and Adam's channel, insinuating something with that other guy, that other creepy guy from 90 Day Fiancé. I'm like, she's such a clout chaser. Let's be real. She's a clout chaser. All right. Guys, we have over 50-something people watching. As I know, look, this is TLC. I don't expect the big numbers like we do with the other shows. But it's okay. We're building. I know that there's a large community of 90 Day Fiancé fans, TLC fans out there, and you will find this later. And if you're watching the replay of this, I want to know your thoughts on 90 Day The Single Life, 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way, and of course, the Family Chantel. Let's get into the Family Chantel. This is going to be a quick video because I got things to do, y'all. The Family Chantel. Oh, Lord. This season 1 and season 2 were solid. I miss Royal and his messy wife. But season 3, it's a little slow start for me. Winter gets engaged. That's Chantel's sister. I don't understand that relationship. They've been together a very long time. He gave her a promise ring at one point. Now he's proposing marriage to her. They have a religion. I'm not going to judge their religion because I grew up as Jehovah's Witness, so I get it. I'm not one now. I am the king of Christmas now. But of course, Karen, Chantel's mother, doesn't get it. Chantel doesn't get it. She's like, what is going on here? Why don't they want to be around us? We're making adjustments for them to be around us. I know why they don't want to be around you guys, because you guys are crazy. Crazy. Nicole says, yes, we need Royal and his wife's mess. The very first episode of The Family Chantel this season She goes to Royal's house. Royal doesn't even come out. Royal does not come out. He doesn't want to be on the show anymore because a lot of people watch Family Chantel. I know some of you think that people aren't watching these shows, but people are watching these shows. If millions are watching the Real Housewives and are secretive about that, I can't tell you the amount of people that feel like the Housewives are a secret. They're like, do you watch Housewives? And then when you find out that you both watch it, you're like, oh my gosh. When I had my exit interview, when I left corporate America and they knew what I was leaving for, the HR person was like, oh my God, I had no idea that you love Housewives as much as I do. We could have been having all of these conversations while I was here. My friend opened me up to the 90 Day Fiancé world, and I haven't turned back almost 3 years later. I love it. Dr. AG says, Winter could do better. Ja is a massive manipulator. I get that vibe from Ja as well. I also need Ja's hair care routine. I need to, look, this beard I got is struggle bus. This beard is a struggle bus, but he got some thick hair. If it's the religion that's doing it, well, I'm just going to have to be struggle bus. Exactly, Asia. Karen, the mom, makes the show of the Family Chantel. She really does. Her nuttiness, even though I do feel like it's played on for the show, her nuttiness it's hilarious, but it's not enough for season 3. What will be good, though, is the fact that the family is going to be flying down to the DR. That's how they refer to the Dominican Republic. They're going to be going to the DR, and they're going to get into the mess with both Pedro's family and their family. That's what made this is why they got a spinoff, which is so funny. In this episode, River and Pedro are getting along now. They're getting along now, but that was the big fight. I think that's what got them their spinoff, that big fight between Pedro and River. River, though, I'm realizing River's only 23 years old. He's also dating a clout chaser, an older woman. He talks about her for the first time in front of the family. I'm just looking forward to seeing Karen meet River's new girlfriend, even though I think girlfriend's pushing it. I think they just literally met. They just had their first kiss on camera in front of all of her friends. Asia says Lydia is funny as well. She's funny in her own way, chasing people down with a purse. But honestly, her daughter, Nicole, I literally, as I was laying in bed thinking about what I was going to talk about for this, and I said, she's like a chirpy puppy. Like, I never want to hear what she has to say. I'm not interested in her relationship with Alejandro. I'm not. I'm probably more interested in her interaction with Chantel, because Chantel and Nicole do not like each other. They do not. So that will be interesting to see this all play out. That will be interesting to see how this will play out. Dr. AG says, I really think Karen is how she is on TV in real life. And let me tell it, she got that good. I believe that too. I do believe some of it's played up for TV, but I also believe that's who Karen is. Chantel's a little weird too. I don't know what happened to Chantel. I felt like Chantel was a little bit more lively, but I feel like Chantel now is like, Chantel, are you okay? Blink twice if you're okay, Chantel. But Chantel and Pedro are a handsome couple. They are such a beautiful couple. I'm like, whoa. Like, brain-wise, that's a whole other thing. I don't know if I want Chantel as my nurse. She took forever to become a nurse. Can we talk? And look, I understand. My sister's a nurse practitioner. It's not an easy thing to do, but I've never seen someone take so long to become one. I agree, Nicole. Chantel is trying to be like the mom because the mom is the favorite. I mean, favorite is pushing it. She really is the favorite, but favorite is pushing it. We like to watch her because she's a mess. Karen is a Karen. But I'm enjoying the season, but it's not my favorite season so far. It will be interesting to see. I wonder if Alejandro will fly down to the DR during this holiday. I'm thinking that he will. I'm not interested in their storyline, though. But I am interested in Pedro's storyline this season because he's trying to understand and get in contact with his father, because remember, we found out last season that Pedro's mom was the other woman. I'm not being disrespectful. She was the other woman. He would only see his father in the night. And then he would go home to his other life, his other wife. Just wait, so there must be other siblings, possibly. Oh, that was such a corny moment between Pedro and Chantel. I know a lot of people want to say they played that up for TV, but I believe that's the silly stuff that they do. And if you're a couple, I'm sure you, especially at their age, were doing silly things like that in the home. I thought that was so silly. I was like, what are you guys doing? But Pedro could do no wrong for me. Pedro before, and when he was on 90 Day Fiance, I was like, eh. But Pedro has leaned into being so funny on the show. Pedro is just funny. I enjoy watching him. Yes, he's cute, but I enjoy watching him too. I think he's funny. Oh, Pooh Killin says he has a half brother with the exact name. Not a half brother with the exact name. Damn. He found out a bit ago. Oh, yes. Oh, but God, not with the same name. Dr. AJ says Pedro's mom was a garden tool, point blank. She was made, she wasn't chosen. Damn. And I'm sure Pedro feels sensitive about that, because when Chantel alludes to that, he gets very upset. Understandably. Oh my gosh. His cousin told him he had brothers. Oh my Lord. I'm telling you, there's certain parts of this show that I check out. There's certain parts. When Karen comes on the screen, I'm like, yes, Karen. What do you got to say? Oh, Karen should be in the middle. Guys, if you're just joining us, of course, this is our weekly TLC takeover. If there's a show that you think I should be watching on TLC, be sure to let me know in the comment section, in the live chat. We were talking last week about I Love a Mama's Boy, and I didn't realize that episode was the season finale. I should have known. Because that literal episode, so much crap happened. So much ends happened. The relationship. Oh, forgot his name. I literally saved this so that I could remember the names. Yes. Kim Matten and his mom. Hold on. Let me bring this up, because I should have known that was the finale, because Kelly was just there, but Kim broke up with Matt. He had a nervous breakdown. I should have known that this was the last episode. I don't know why I was expecting another episode. I don't know what could happen after that. And then Shakib and his mom. Emily throwing all of the leafy greens, I was going to say, but the plants and things like that against the house, having a nervous breakdown. How did I not know and realize that this was the last episode? Silly me to think that they had more in them. No, that had to be the last episode. And I think when season 1 ended, I kind of was like, oh, this is the season finale, not realizing it was the season finale. It was still a good show, though. It's a mess and very pre-produced, but can we talk? Oh, this show. No, thank you. Cringe. We're done with it already. When it comes back, we'll talk about it again. But back to the Family Chantel. Look, oh Lord, this couple. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in Nicole's storyline. I'm not interested in Alejandro's storyline. Alejandro, I know you're in New York. I'm not going to fight you on this one. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in their story. But I'm going to continue to watch. I want to see what happens in the DR. I'm going to continue to watch, and we shall see. Can we move on? Because we have a lot to talk about in regards to 90 Day Fiancé. And let me open up. Here it is. 90 Day Fiancé. Oh my God. Oh, 90 Day Fiancé. We didn't get any of Alina and Steven with a V this week. which I'm okay with. Because, in the beginning of the season, I thought Stephen with a V was perfect for reality television because he was quirky and weird, very much like Karen on the Family Chantel. But it's just led into this like, okay, you guys are not going to get married. You're not interested in getting married. You're putting her through all these tests. We didn't get any of him this week, which I'm okay with. I'm okay with. These two, Kenny and Armando. I love them. I'm looking forward to the wedding. I do feel like they had some pre-produced moments, but I'm okay with it because I remember when we were first introduced to this couple, halfway through the season, we were like, what the hell is happening? This is getting boring. I'm tired of Kenny and his tears. Kenny's tears does not stop this season. Kenny and his tears continues. But this time, his family is flying in. Armando's family has drove in for their wedding. We now know that Armando's father is Armando Sr. I didn't even realize his father was Armando too. I don't pay attention, do I? I paid attention this week though. So Armando Sr. does come. They hug, they embrace, but of course Armando's like, I know. First of all, last week Armando was happy that he's coming. Now this week Armando's like, well, he's coming, but is he supportive? Armando. But I get it. I get it. Kenny's kids come. They're upset because Kenny explains to them that I would like to adopt a child. His kids, I know what you guys are going to say about his kids. They're spoiled brats. They just want Kenny to be back home. They're a close family. They're a close family. I get it. Kenny probably was a big support system for all of them. One of Kenny's kids now also has a baby on the way. I don't know how much time has elapsed because I felt like his other daughter, when she came, she wasn't pregnant. And now she's like full on belly. So I was like, wow, how much time has passed? But I get where the kids are coming from. When you come from such a close-knit family and then your father moves far away, a lot of people are saying, why doesn't he just move back? From what we hear, Armando wants his daughter to have a close relationship with the mother's family because, remember, the mother died. It's still going to be a beautiful wedding. You are all going to cry when you see this wedding. The kids are upset about him wanting to adopt. I don't believe that they're really going to adopt. I do believe Kenny will adopt Hannah. I don't believe that they're going to adopt another child. Yes, Armando's very young. Kenny is 58 years old. Armando's like 30-something years old. There is a big age difference, but we see this all the time. We see this all the time. Nicole says his daughters were not having it at all. I love, Kenny talks about in this episode his journey in having children and how he thought he would never have his own kids. And then he went on to have 4 of his own kids. His son looks so much like him. However, him and his son look like the same age. You got to give it to Kenny. Kenny looks good for his age. But the kids are not having it when it comes to adopting another kid. I don't think they need to adopt another kid, at least not right now. You have Hannah, who's very young. You're still adjusting to this life. I don't see Kenny really learning Spanish like that. I think the relationship is going to work. Some people are questioning the relationship. Is it going to work? Kenny misses his family way too much. I think ultimately they're going to move to Florida. Florida really is a quick flight. It's not like he lives here in New York. And even here in New York, it's not that bad of a flight. But a flight from Florida really is not bad. And I don't know how often Hannah is seeing the family. I'm sure maybe this will be explained during the tell-all or whatever. But I just don't, I already know Kenny's recently has been back to Florida. So you can make it work. Yes, it'd be easier for Kenny and Armando to move back to Florida. But is that fair to Armando? Armando will probably have a similar situation and feeling being in Florida. However, he's separate from his family already. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Guys, just a reminder, be sure to sign up for our texting community at TheKempire.com so you don't miss out, just in case YouTube or Facebook fails you in regards to notifications, even though Facebook is pretty good. Sign up for the texting community at TheKempire.com. We will be going live at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. I try to find it in between. I know some of you were saying, can you go live at 6 p.m. Eastern? That's when I'm out of work. So I'm trying to do an in between for those that, 5 p.m. is too early or too late for some folks, because we do have a lot of international folks that want to be a part of the conversation. So I said 5:30 p.m. Eastern, we will go live and recap the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, aka Real Housewives All Stars. I'm just to start calling it All Stars, and you guys will know what I'm talking about. Chic Avant says, I've seen older couples adopt. It can happen. Their choice. I'm happy for them. Yeah, I don't have a problem with the age situation. I get why Kenny wants to do it for Armando, because Armando's still young. He still wants to have more kids. But Kenny's older and he already has 4 kids. And those 4 kids do not want him creating another family. They're in their feelings about it. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. Like, I try not to judge people's family dynamics. Every family is very different. Some families are really super, super duper close, where you're like, y'all are way too close. Or some people like, that's how I grew up. Every family is different. I don't judge people's family or how your relationship is with your parents. I really do not. But Kenny really was a support system, especially for Cooper and things. Cooper is like my favorite kid right now. I love that little boy. And if I was to have a kid, I think I would want a little boy. I think I would want a little boy. I'm not having any kids right now. Wait, you think Kempire Island of Misfit Toys All Stars? What? I don't understand that. Maybe adopt an older child. I don't know. Like an 18-year-old? That's what I always say. I'm going to adopt an 18-year-old. Let me see. Dr. Adri says, by the time the kid is 20, Kenny will be 80. Not too fair to the child. A lot of people have mixed feelings on this. A lot of people, but I actually have a friend from high school. His father, he's probably what? Now he's probably like 40. His father's probably like really old, because he had kids at a very young age. I think he says, Kempire is Diana. Yeah, Diana, one of our mods, she's just traveling. She's okay. The last time I spoke with her. Mama Ellie says, a mini Kempire. Yes, please, with his own water bottle. Y'all know I love my coldest water bottle. Nicole says, adopt me. Nicole, how old are you? Adopt me. Okay. All right. Let's get back into this, because there's a lot to say that we have not talked about. We'll talk quickly about this. Here's the thing. Ariella and Benham. So, Ariella and her, I can't be alone with you. I can't with them. I can't. I'm over their storyline at this point. I don't, I like the mom. I think the mom is very supportive. However, the mom having this separate conversation with Benny, again, with the translator, which I get. Look, they want to make sure there's no miscommunication. But can we talk? Benny again confirms to the mom, I did not cheat on her. And she gets so excited when he says, I didn't cheat. She's like, I mean, I could say I didn't cheat and would have cheated. So I don't know. Do you guys believe that Benny cheated? Let me know in the chat. And if you're watching the replay of this, let me know if you think that Benny cheated on Ariella. Here's the thing. Ariella and Benny, I never got this magical, powerful connection between the two of them. I think they're just parents co-parenting. Based on what we hear, Benny is now here in the States. They did apply for the K-1 visa. She mentioned that a couple of episodes ago. I'm just like, oh, I'm seeing the comments already. Yes, I do. Yep, he cheated. Yes, he cheated. Oh, my damn. As I said to you before, I said this a couple of weeks ago, the episodes that I want to see Benny and Ariella on 90 Day Happily Ever After. I know they're not happily ever after, but I want to see Benny reunited with his son. Remember the other woman he was married to who ended up leaving him with their child? I want to see them reunited on Happily Ever After. You're welcome, 90 Day Beyonce producers. And then let's be done with them. Let's finish out their story. I'm tired of Ariella. She's annoying. She's annoying. I feel like she's putting him through these tests and she's not even in love with him. You had your whole ex, Leandro, come to Ethiopia, lay up under your same roof. Dr. AJ says he definitely committed to a couple of strokes while she was. Dr. AJ, I can't. I want to say he didn't because I want the family to work, but there are a lot of red flags. Yeah, Nora. I agree. Like, you do want it to work. Avi's adorable, but we also understand that children will not save a relationship. Anyone who turns their home into a studio is telling. He had some of everyone in there. Why would you turn your home into a studio when your wife is supposedly coming back? It's not like she said, I'm not coming back, but she's supposedly coming back. Even if it's 2 months later, she says that she's coming back. She says, now I'm not going to come back. I want us to, first of all, can we all go to Kenya? Kenya looks amazing. It's so interesting how you go from one country in Africa to the next and how different they look. I want to go to Kenya. And it could just be the neighborhood Ethiopia versus the neighborhood that they're in Kenya. There's still so much of Africa that I want to see. I just don't have enough time, or eventually. Adolfo says, who cheated? We're talking about this couple. Adolfo, welcome to the chat. We're talking about this couple. Do you think Benny cheated? I think he did. I kind of think that he did. But I also think that they have not an open relationship. I don't think that this is a real relationship. I don't think this is a real relationship. Shikavon says, I cheat on her. Damn. Krista says, he didn't, I don't think. He for sure did. Y'all are a mess. Y'all are a mess. Dr. AJ says, I don't think he believed she wasn't coming back, so he felt as though he might as well live his best life. I mean, at least wait a month or wait past the 2 months. Anyways, let's move on. We didn't get a lot from this couple. The mother is interfering in a place where I feel like she should just mind her business. I get it's your daughter. I really do love Ariella's parents more than her, but mind your business. I hate when people outside of a relationship try to chime in on a relationship. That should never happen. That's always a bad combination. Okay. That face. I can't. Let's talk about another couple that I can't stand. Evelyn, just admit that you're using him. Corey's like, let's get married. I want it to be in the front of the eyes of the God. And she's like, well, if we do that, that's for life. He's like, that's what marriage is, Evelyn. That's what marriage is. I never saw it for this relationship. I've always believed that Evelyn hates him. Mind you, they're married already. They're planning a new wedding. Well, Corey's planning a new wedding. Corey is the one planning this new wedding. Pelican says, I hate them so much. DGF says, I think the sisters were trying to scare Ari to hurry home with the baby, but it backfired. In regards to Ari and Benny. Corey and Evelyn are planning a wedding, but he's planning the wedding. Corey's planning the wedding. Evelyn is not interested. They're already married. I really feel like this is a relationship of convenience. A relationship of convenience for Corey to stay in the country because he wants to stay in the country. And he does. I do believe that he loves Evelyn. I don't believe Evelyn loves him. I think Corey is a meal ticket for her. I hate to say that. I really hate to say that. But that's what we continuously are seeing. He's paying for the wedding. He's paying for the counseling. He's paying for everything. He's paying half the rent, as he should. He's living there. I don't like this couple. And I'm over them trying to create some sort of storyline for them for the rest of the season. And we still have quite a few episodes to go. I'm not here for the... And look, they're planning a wedding, so we're going to see them get married, even though they're already married. Remember, the only reason why they got married was because Corey's visa was about to be up. Corey's been in Ecuador for several years and still has struggled Spanish. Come on now. You've been there too long not to be fluent. Thank you so much, Crystal, for the super chat. Somebody fill them both in that this is all irrelevant. They are already married. Evelyn agreed on all fronts, Kempire. I agree. I agree. DGF says Evelyn has such contempt for Corey. And can we get personal? There was someone I dated, and I wasn't as evil as Evelyn is to him. But after a certain point, when you start treating someone a certain way, it's because you're over the relationship and you should get out. I literally got out of the relationship before it got to the point where Evelyn and Corey are in. We literally probably could be dating today if I had just was like, oh, let's continue dating, even though this is not working. And I'm treating you like trash. I wasn't treating him like trash. But I'm saying it had the potential. Nicole says she's always looking for an easy exit. I'm over talking about this couple because I don't see it for this couple. Of course, we're going to see them get married on the show. That will be their storyline. I can't believe we've had all of these ups and downs with this couple. But shout out to the 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way producers because they've kept it really interesting this season so far. They've kept it interesting enough that I'm still like, what's happening with them? What's going to happen next for them? Oh, gosh. Let's talk about this couple. If you're just joining us, we are talking. This is our weekly TLC takeover. As you know, we talk about a variety of shows on TLC, but most importantly, we talk about 90 Day Fiancé. Ellie and Victor are back. They're talking about having babies, but they're also talking about money. And as you know, Ellie's the breadwinner here. She had a business in Washington that she gave up, but we hear that she's back in Washington because all the signs, all the red flags are there that this relationship is not going to work. It's not going to work. And look, I do believe that Victor went through something traumatic. He lived through a Category 5 hurricane. They lost everything. Okay, I do believe that. But at the same time, I feel like he is using Ellie. And I think Ellie kind of knows it too. Remember, he cheated on Ellie with someone locally. And she reached out to her. She reached out to her. Ryan Round says, Ellie needs to going back home to make pizzas, not babies. And I believe she is. I think she is back home. We're already seeing the cracks in this relationship. It's gaslighting the right word. I feel like Victor is gaslighting Ellie in this last episode. And it's just sort of like, you realize she is the one that paid for everything. And I get it. You don't want that to be held over your head. But he makes it seem as if, oh, I could have all of this even without you. All right, so do it without me. Do it without me. Data says he's definitely using her. That's for sure. And you know what? I was watching Pillow Talk. And Problematic, Libby and Andre. And if you've seen my recaps of that show, then you know I don't see it for Libby or Andre. I don't want to see them on Pillow Talk. I don't want to see them back on 90 Day Fiancé ever. Okay? Because I feel like they're fake as hell. I didn't like the connotation that they made about island men. Although it might be true, I don't want to hear it from Libby and Andre. This relationship is not going to work. This relationship is not going to work. It's about to be over. Ellie and Victor, the signs are there. She's not happy. I think she's happy with getting, her back broke, but I don't think she's happy. Look, I think a lot of times people try to get into relationships and try to make a relationship out of something that is just sexual. And I'm not saying that's what's happening here, but I do think at this point, the only thing that they share in common is that there's an attraction. Anuli says, I love Pillow Talk. Carol says, me too. No, Libby. Anuli, watch the latest episode when they talk about island men. Anuli says, Lib and Andre don't have a leg to stand on. Shikavon says he talks to her crazy child. I got no time, honey. I'd end up in cuffs. Clink, clink. Thank you, Vicky, for a reminder, guys. We have over almost 130 people now watching. Be sure to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. This is our weekly recap of some of your favorite shows on TLC. Most importantly, I cover 90 Day Fiancé here as well. But as you know, here on the channel, we cover everything in pop culture. And as you know, reality TV is an important part now of pop culture. Nora says, why are Libby and Andre even getting camera time still? I cannot stand that couple. I agree, Nora. I agree. But, you know, they had a hard time casting. So they are now available on Pillow Talk. I'm just like, I don't want to even hear what these guys have to say. Ryan Brown says, Ellie also expected to come to paradise and arrived to a disaster mission. Let's be fair. She did. It's kind of a metaphor of their relationship, actually. When you're right, though, you're right. Data says she's what we call. Look, she might be. I think we all were at some point. I don't know. Have I ever been that? No, probably not. No. But I can see how it can happen. But you need to get clear on what it is. And I believe she has also not just invested her time and her money, but her emotions. And I think that's why she's trying to make it work. But remember, the hint was there. Ellie was like, she went to that island for the very first time since the hurricane and was like, I cannot live like this. I won't live like this. So she's already checked out. From what we hear, the antics that the producers do behind the scenes, allegedly, it would not shock me. We've seen signs of it with Alina and Steven, where the producers are behind the scenes saying, okay, we're just going to keep going. You're not going to go home yet. I wouldn't be surprised if Ellie's like, I'm ready to go home. I don't want to deal with this. I'm over this. You know, there have been accusations of people trying to stay on these shows because of the producers are like, no, we're going to play it out. You remember what's her name, Stephanie, from a couple of seasons ago? Not that long ago, it was during the pandemic. It was Stephanie alluded that her relationship with that man was over, but they forced her to allegedly still film scenes with him after, you know, really damning accusations. Just saying. She even threatened legal action against them. I don't know whatever happened with that, but you know. Okay, let's get to this couple because I need to start resting my voice. Oh, not this couple, but you know who they are. But this couple. Sumit and Jenny. Sumit and Jenny, the mom, finally, she didn't give them permission to get married, but she said she will not stop them from getting married. So as you can see from Jenny's face here, Jenny was like, so we're going to get married. Jenny, oh, Jenny. I know what you guys are going to say in the chat, and I know what you guys are going to say in the comments. Jenny, go home. Can we make a t-shirt of it? Jenny, go home. Jenny and Sumit are planning their wedding. Jenny's like, let's go meet with first of all, let's meet with the astrologer that read Sumit's mother for filth, called her selfish. They go back to him. They went to him before about getting married, and he told them no. After he met with the parents, he was like, you're selfish. All right. They went back. Now that they have the parents, you know, the parents have turned around a little bit. They went back to the astrologer. Sidebar, my friend, I told you guys this before. My friend and I, we've been really interested in astrology, specifically Indian astrology. And when we went to India a few years ago, we were going to try and find one. We found one recently. Isn't the timing weird? Now that we're talking about all this stuff, I'll let you know how it goes. And as you see on the show, they take Indian astrology very seriously. They don't make moves without seeking their astrologer. They won't get married without seeing if the astrologer says, this is a good time to get married. When should we get married? The astrologer meets with Jenny and Sumit, and he says, you can get married now after 9 days. Jenny's like, on the 10th day, let's get married. I don't blame Jenny. Jenny just wants to be secure that she can stay in the country. She's worried. First of all, it's a pandemic. She's worried about getting kicked out. I get that. You know, before I went to a foreign country, I had to make sure that I had all my ducks in a row. So I understand her not wanting to go, especially when you go to immigration. It's not like they're sweet when you go to immigration. They're very like, and depending on the embassy, they might be worse than others. So I understand she doesn't want to mess with that, especially during a pandemic, because she's like, if I get sent home, I might never be able to come back. Because India had it really rough during the pandemic. I don't know what it's like now, but it's still rough around the world. So would it shock me if she's just like, I might not ever be able to come back and see you? But some of you are saying, good. They meet with the astrologer. He gives them permission to get married. Sumit looks nervous as hell. Sumit looks nervous as hell. Sumit, if you're just getting into this and you haven't watched their story over the years, but I think if you're here, you're big fans of the show. So you know Jenny and Sumit. You know this couple. Sumit, remember, lied to Jenny. He lied to Jenny when they first started talking. He catfished her. I'm still trying to find Michael Jones. Michael Jones, if you're out there. He used some fake photo. Beautiful man. I don't know why Jenny thought this beautiful man would be interested in her. No offense, Jenny. I don't even know if Michael Jones would be interested in me. Wait, hold on. Michael Jones, if you see this, everything's at the Kempire. Slip in my DMs. He catfished her at the beginning. He lied to her about getting married. He didn't tell her that he was married already. Okay? There's so many lies. There are countless lies that Sumit has done. If someone lies to you like this and they lie continuously, they might be a liar. That might be. Sumit is a liar. So they move forward. They go try to figure out the. You guys are just. I'm sorry. You guys are just reacting to me talking to Michael Jones. Thank you, Tracy, so much for the super chat. I forgot to shimmy for you guys. They're gonna kick me off of YouTube for shimmying like this. I'm gonna have to get the tassels next. Thank you for the super sticker. But he's lied. Sumit has lied so many times. And I've been a fan. You know, I've dropped by Up and Adam. We've talked about 90 Day Fiancé, and I said, not a fan, but I believe that they loved each other. Remember, this is almost 10 years of a relationship, but Sumit has lied so many times. It makes me wonder, what else is Sumit lying about? What else is he lying about? This episode, they go to meet with this, legal advisor. They want to submit the paperwork to start the marriage. Sumit goes to have a video chat with his friend. Shout out to the friend. The friend was advocating for Jenny. He's like, marry this woman. Sumit admits to the friend he called the guy back and told him not to submit the papers. He probably did it right in front of Jenny and just used he was just speaking Hindi. Part of me, okay, the skeptical part of me is like, I think Jenny and Sumit are in on it, and they're just using this so they're able to live a lavish lifestyle and stay on the show. That's the critical conspiracy theorist part of me, that they're in on this whole thing. But I don't think so, because when Jenny gets upset, that's a whole other level. He told the guy not to submit the paperwork. Next week, he's going to admit to Jenny that he did this. And Jenny, of course, is going to blow up. Jenny goes to the temple, meets with a young lady there, and she says, he's not going to believe you until you actually go back to America. Let me see what you guys are saying. Deborah says, Sumit never admitted he had gotten married while he was dating Jenny. Exactly. There have been so many lies. Nicole says, that man snuck and told the man, you know what? Never mind. Krista says, season, I don't want to enable this TLC behavior any longer. Hold on. What the hell? How did she stay this long? Well, right now she's staying because of the pandemic. She's staying because of the pandemic. She's been there, stuck there technically, because of the pandemic. Data says I call bull on his ex-wife accusing him of abuse and demanding 20K. That money is for his mama. Because you remember when he got a divorce, he had to pay the family money. She said yes for the tassels. I can't. Tracy says, I love my astrology. My people are Cancer, Scorpio, Taurus, Scorpio, Virgo only. Taurus! Too old to try and figure people out. All right. Thank you so much, Shikavant. She says 61 likes, 150 something in the room. I know you lying. Let's get into 100. Guys, thank you so much. Shout out to our just loyal community here on the channel, guys. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe because you're getting daily and consistent hot topics in music, reality TV, and so much more. I posted a video earlier talking about some backlash that The View on ABC is receiving in regards to a new interview that they did with Jedediah Bila, a former co-host of The View. I also am working on a longer version of the TikTok video that I did in regards to Jessica Simpson. Jessica Simpson bought back her billion-dollar company. Find out how she did it. That video will be coming out after this live. I can't believe I've been talking about 90 Day Fiancé for almost an hour. But I love it. I love it. And I love that you guys are part of the conversation. I appreciate you all being here. Don't forget, again, to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. And if you're watching the replay of this, I want to know your thoughts on the Family Chantel, 90 Day, The Single Life. The new season is now available on Discovery Plus, and the latest episode of 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way. I'm in love. I'm loving it. Cheryl says Sumit's is never going to marry Jenny. I know. She's not. Nora says, Kempire, do you believe the astrologer was correct with the timing? Well, I don't know. As I said to you before, I'm just getting into Indian astrology. I believe in all that stuff. I got my crystals. I don't play. I got my crystals. I got some black tourmaline. I got my crystals. Look, y'all see my crystals behind me. Hold on. Let me take this off. Y'all. Yeah, well, let me segue. Let me switch cameras. Y'all see the crystals behind? Hold on. Y'all really can't see. Hold on. Y'all see my crystals? I do not play. I got my quartz, my clear quartz. I got some rose quartz for love. Some more. Look, I do not play with my crystal. Hold on. Look, y'all getting a crystal tour right now. I got crystals all around. And y'all see the citrine behind me. Y'all see it, right? That's citrine. I do not play with my crystals. So I am doing my research in regards to Indian astrology. Once I know more, and maybe once this person that I'm trying out is good, I'll bring her on the channel and we'll talk to her about some Indian astrology because Jenny has gotten us interested. Jenny and Sumit. Is the chat being spammed? Where are my mods? Yeah. Oh, Nightbot. Look, Nightbot's spamming y'all. Don't play with Nightbot. Data said he find his password. No, he has to go apply for a new one. So we shall see. This Carrie Adams says, Family Chantel still puts me to sleep. This season's not their best. It's not their best. I'm still holding out because season 1 and season 2 were really good of the Family Chantel. Nisha says, not a crystal tour. Nora says, loving the crystals. Mama Ali says, beautiful crystals. Looks like my house. See, I love crystals. I love crystals. Data says, they're both bad as each other. She pretended to be understanding about his fears regarding marriage, and she said she always loved him and never leave, only to turn around and then basically say, we're getting married in 9 days, whether he likes it or not. I mean, that's perspective. Not everyone agrees that Sumit is the bad guy here. Some people think that Jenny is the bad guy. But a lot of you always say, Jenny, go home. I'm going to put it on a t-shirt. And I know when I walk around with it, you all will know who we're talking about. No one's going to ask me who Jenny is. You're going to be like, yup, she need to go home. Cheryl says he's not going to leave India. He won't leave Mama. We shall see. Thank you so much, Krista. I love my crystals. Sometimes I have crystals in my pocket. I just forgot to put crystals with me. But like I said, 90 Day Fiancé is talking about Indian astrology. We're going to get into it. I'm going to bring an expert on if I think she's good. If I think she's good, I'm going to bring her on to talk about it. That'll be a separate conversation. You know, you're getting a variety of content here on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. We're also live on Facebook. As you can see, Data's in the Facebook chat. So head on over to the Kempire or Kempire Daily on Facebook. Be sure to like us there because we will be doing exclusive content on certain platforms. Right now, I'm not live on my TikTok. Tonight, though, well, after this live, I'm going to be live on my TikTok watching a Housewives show. And then, of course, we will be recapping the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Be sure to set your reminders, guys. Thank you to my moderators. Thank you to everyone that's just a subscriber of the channel, or you've been watching and you just enjoy reality TV or everything in pop culture. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, join our Texan community, and don't forget to get your coldest water bottle. It is the holidays, guys. Great gift, quality gift. I love mine. Shout out to everyone that was part of the conversation. I appreciate you all being here. Stay tuned for more, okay? Thank you to everyone that was here. I appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your day. I will see you at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. I'm about to go live on my TikTok. See you over there.